Good evening and welcome to the Ghana TV9 News Bulletin for Monday, December 22, 2025. I'm Colin Abrams. In the headlines tonight, 27-year-old taxi driver gunned down at Plum Park Sapphire. Relief for residents. Government tackles Eccles landfill odor issues. President Ali pledges transformation for Wakenham Island as government unveils sweeping development agenda. Top Cup calls for stronger partnerships, professionalism, and transformation within the force. And Chinese national found dead in Cumberland. Police investigate circumstances. Now for the news in depth. Commissioner of Police Clifton Hicken has reaffirmed the Ghana Police Force's commitment to partnership, professionalism, and modernization as he outlined a wide-ranging vision for the future of policing in Guyana. During the Criminal Investigation Department Headquarters Annual Luncheon and Awards Ceremony 2025 with members of the Criminal Investigation Department, CID, the corporate sector, and invited guests.
The Commissioner emphasized the importance of partnership between the police and the public, noting that police officers are members of the communities they serve and that effective policing cannot exist without cooperation and mutual respect. He stressed that the traditional barriers between law enforcement and citizens must be dismantled, describing police officers as ambassadors within every community in which they live and work. He referenced ongoing national efforts to improve community environments, including neighborhood cleanup initiatives, explaining that safe and clean surroundings are essential for citizens to reach their full potential. He encouraged police ranks, including junior CID officers, to actively engage communities through positive interaction and organize activities that foster trust and collaboration.
Our ambassador to every community in which you live and in which you serve. And so there is no more police in uniform against members of the public. You are one, there is no barrier, and so the barrier is collapsed.
The Commissioner also outlined plans for greater operational focus, including increased seizures of illegal firearms, drugs, and other contraband. He cautioned junior CID ranks against cutting corners during investigations, warning that incomplete or careless work can result in cases being dismissed in court and damage the reputation of the force. He stressed that professionalism and attention to detail are critical to maintaining public confidence. In addition, the Commissioner announced plans to further strengthen the detective branch by selecting and training a new group of highly capable ranks who will be rotated to improve performance and experience across divisions.
Professionalism is the key. We plan that we're going to have another course of 30 with the most brilliant of the lot, and we're going to train them to be detectives, have them rotated, and so Blana will have that 30. But guess what? When we're going to give him 30, the junior ranks who are doing things that you ought not to be doing, get the act together. Why do you think most of you are getting the awards? Because at the preliminary level upstairs, we recognize how hard the detectives would normally work.
The Commissioner also acknowledged the support of the corporate sector, announcing monetary awards totaling $1 billion in recognition of the CID's hard work and dedication. Additional awards were presented to outstanding ranks, further reinforcing the value of excellence and commitment within the force. Commissioner Hicken encouraged junior ranks to engage youths in communities, emphasizing that early intervention and mentorship can positively shape future generations and strengthen long-term relationships between the police and the public. Colin Abrams, Ghana TV9 News.
The holidays for one family is bleak following the tragic loss of a loved one. Police are investigating a fatal shooting incident that occurred on Sunday, December 21 at Mercy Wing Plum Park Sapphire, which claimed the life of 27-year-old taxi driver Shavir Fraser of the same community. More in this report.
When Ghana TV9 News visited the scene on Monday morning, the blood-stained footpath served as a grim reminder of the violent events that unfolded just hours earlier, claiming the life of 27-year-old taxi driver Shavir Fraser. Preliminary investigations revealed that Fraser, a father of two, was at the location when he was shot. He was later rushed to the Georgetown Public Hospital Corporation, where he was pronounced dead on arrival by a doctor on duty. Sources close to the investigation indicated that a friend of the deceased has provided police with an account of events that investigators have described as unclear and internally inconsistent. raising concerns as authorities work to piece together what led to the deadly attack. Family members and close friends of Fraser have also expressed doubts about the versions of events being circulated, stated that it does not align with his character or a lifestyle. Their concerns have fueled suspicions that critical details surrounding the shooting may be missing. Residents of the Sophia community reported hearing multiple gunshots late Sunday night. Shortly afterwards, Fraser was discovered laying motionless on the roadway with gunshot injuries. Police ranks responded to the scene shortly after receiving reports of the incident and have since launched a full investigation into the circumstances surrounding the killing. A 19-year-old male from Plum Park also sustained gunshot injuries during the incident and was admitted to the hospital. His condition has been listed as stable. Fraser's body remains at the hospital's mortuary, where a post-mortem examination is pending. Investigators are also reviewing CCTV footage from the area as part of ongoing efforts to determine what transpired. The tragic incident has left Fraser's family and loved ones devastated as they now prepare to face a Christmas season marked by the painful loss of a loved one. Ghana TV9 News reached out to Fraser's family for comment. However, they declined. The family is nevertheless cooperating with police as investigations continue. Colin Abrams, Ghana TV9 News.
A Burmese fisherman, Permal Pali Punsami, 51, is missing after falling overboard into Surinam's Kupanam River on a Friday night. Punsami, an experienced fisherman from Wim Quarantine, was casting a seine when the incident occurred. Despite immediate searches by his crew, he did not resurface. His family has reported the disappearance to the Wim police station and is appealing to Guyanese authorities for assistance in search and rescue efforts. President Dr. Mohammed Irfan Ali over the weekend visited Wakenham Island to thank residents for their political support and to outline an expansive vision of development that he said would ensure the island is not left behind under the People's Progressive Party's civic government.
Addressing the large gathering, the president framed the party's return to the office as a mandate to deliver tangible improvements in daily life, from healthcare and transportation to farming, education, and public services. He credited recent gains on the island to rising land values, improved school outcomes, and increased economic confidence to deliberate government investment over the past 5 years.
We have shown you in the last 5 years how much we love you, not by words, but by investment in leadership, in bringing real, tangible development to your island and every community. Whether it's the Gold Scholarship, the improvement we see in all subject areas, more of your children graduating, the increase in land prices did not happen by accident. It occurred because of the investment the government has made in this island and the level of confidence that has returned to this island and the economy of this island.
Central to the administration's next phase is the focus on access and empowerment. The president announced that Region 3 will soon host its first government service center at Lenora, allowing residents to apply locally for birth and marriage certificates, passports, digital ID cards, and Ghana Revenue Authority services without traveling to Georgetown. He also detailed a new development banking initiative aimed at farmers and young entrepreneurs. Under the plan, groups will be eligible for up to $3 million in interest free, collateral free financing, with commercial banks leveraging that support to expand loans at reduced interest rates.
We've been able to negotiate with a commercial bank that they will leverage that $3 million and they will lend up to $10 million at less than 3.5% interest rates. Less than 3.5 interest rate. That is what empowerment is about. That is what real transformation is about. Just by announcing the policies.
The president said these policies were already producing ripple effects, noting that poultry producers and major fast food outlets have begun discussions with the Ministry of Finance to pass savings on to consumers. He described the approach as evidence of coordinated strategic governance rather than isolated interventions. On infrastructure, the president acknowledged concerns over delays and pledged stronger oversight. He announced that a senior technical officer would immediately begin drafting a master plan for roads and bridges on Wekinam Island, while underperforming contractors would face termination.
This is not a government that hide from issues. We are a government that confront and deal with issues because you know we have your back. We care about you. We love you. We invest in you. And we want you to have the best here. That is what the People's Progressive Party civic government is about.
Further commitments included a comprehensive drainage plan, the deployment of an ambulance by the end of January, permanent agricultural extension officers supported by digital and AI tools, and the completion of the island's solar farm to reduce electricity costs. Ferry services between Wekinam and Lekwan are also set to improve, with a new vessel launch and a fixed schedule mandated within weeks. The president also outlined future investments in street lighting, landfill development, security camera systems, and continued increases in pensions and cash grants. He emphasized that development would be people-centered, urging farmers and young residents to organize collectively and work alongside the government. Dana Doric, TV9 News.
Sharon Wins and Kensington Kesney, both 19 and from Berbice, were remanded to prison after being charged with the rape of a 14-year-old girl. Appearing in Albion Magistrates Court, the gravity and predatory nature of the alleged December 5 crime led Magistrate Michelle Matthias to deny bail. The unrepresented duo will remain in custody until their next court appearance on January 5, 2026 at the New Amsterdam Magistrates Court for the disclosure of statements. More news after the break. Stay with us.
GCOM will be conducting a claims and objections exercise commencing January 5, 2026 to produce an official list of electors, OLE. If you will be 18 years or older by December 31, 2025 and you're a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent or naturalization, or a citizen from a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for 1 year or more, you are eligible for inclusion in the OLE. GCOM will be posting the preliminary list of electors, PLE, in all of the registration divisions across Guyana for you to check whether the particulars are accurate. You can object to anyone who you believe does not qualify for inclusion in the OLE. To do so, you must be listed in the same divisional list as the person you are objecting to. You must visit the GCOM registration office responsible for your area of residence to make an objection. It is an offense to make false objections. The objections aspect of this exercise will end on Thursday, January 22, 2026. For more information, contact GCOM on 225-0278-9 or visit www.gcom.org.gy.
Channel 9 is now Guy TV9, proudly under new management. We're building stronger with a balanced and open platform for all advertisers. Whether you're promoting a business, service, or event, your message belongs right here. So choose your spot, news, prime time, or anytime, and reach viewers across Guyana. With affordable rates and professional service, Guy TV9 is your partner in progress. So visit us at Lot 21A, Lamahar Street, Georgetown, in the Century 21 building, or call 600-5006 or 761-5006. Guyana TV9. New leadership, fresh outlook, real results.
Celebrate Christmas the Guyanese way with 7 days of magic and adventure. Feel the streets come alive with lights, decor, and carols. Share in the delicious joy of favorites like pepper pot, black cake, and even ginger beer. Then explore Guyana's attractions, the majestic kite show, scenic tour on the Demerara Essequibo, and Mahaika rivers. 7 days, one unforgettable Christmas. Join us. Let's discover Guyana this Christmas.
Want to place your death announcements and in memoriam messages on Channel 9? Call 592-761-5006, 710-5008, 600-5006. Or visit our office at Lot 85A Lamaha Street, Albertown, Georgetown, Century 21 Building.
GCOM will be conducting a claims and objections exercise commencing January 5, 2026 to produce an official list of electors, OLE. GCOM will be posting the preliminary list of electors, PLE, in all of the registration divisions across Guyana for you to check if you are listed and if so, whether your particulars are accurate. If you will be 18 years or older by December 31, 2025 and you're a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent or naturalization, or a citizen from a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for 1 year or more, you are eligible for inclusion in the OLE. If you are eligible for inclusion in the OLE, you are required to apply for registration if your name is not on the PLE, apply for a transfer if you've changed your address since you were registered, apply for a name change if you have changed your name, or apply for a correction if your registration particulars are incorrect. Any person applying for a change or correction to his or her particulars must provide the required original source documents: birth certificate and deed poll for a name change by deed poll, birth certificate and marriage certificate for a name change by marriage, divorce absolute in the case of a woman who is desirous of reverting to her maiden name from her married name, birth certificate, adoption certificate or naturalization certificate for correction of minor clerical errors. Visit the GCOM registration office responsible for your area of residence to conduct any of the above transactions. The claims aspect of this exercise will end on Sunday, January 18, 2026. For more information, contact GCOM on 225-027-8-9 or visit www.gcom.org.gy.
Welcome back. You're watching the Guyana TV9 News Bulletin. An early morning fire on Monday caused minor damage to a home in 3rd Street, Albertown, Georgetown, briefly disrupting the household of a woman and her son who occupied the building. According to the woman's daughter, the fire reportedly started while an electric hybrid vehicle was being charged overnight at a property located behind the house. The blaze affected a section of the front of the wooden and concrete structure. While the damage was not extensive, the woman's son suffered smoke inhalation and is receiving medical attention. Residents along the Heroes Highway and the neighboring communities in Eccles, Windsor Estates, and Providence are finally breathing easier. Major remediation works at the Hagsbosh landfill site have drastically reduced the long-standing foul odor that once plagued the area.
To escape and travel long distances, especially during rainy evenings when humid air keeps odors closer to the ground.
We had a very large uncovered area, and the larger the uncovered area, the more gas is being emitted. One of the things we have here at our benefit is the dilution of the gases as soon as it comes out. For that to happen, we have to curtail it to one small vent. If we have the entire area uncovered, then the gas just comes out through any crevice or crack that it finds, and then it's harder for it to be diluted in the air, so the smell reaches further. Added to that, in the evenings and during rainy season, when the place is humid, the draft keeps closer to the ground, so that it travels a further distance closer to the ground.
To resolve the issue, the ministry intervened directly, despite the site being operated by private contractors. An all-weather access road was built to allow cover material, much of it recycled from drain cleaning, to be delivered directly to problem areas. The work is nearing completion. The remaining exposed section is expected to be fully sealed within days, followed by the installation of ventilation pipes to manage gases safely. Long-term plans include planting grass on closed cells to eventually transform the site into a recreational green space. Minister Manikchan warned that as Guyana expands landfill development to all 10 regions, Contractors will be held strictly to their legal agreements to ensure community well-being.
So just to be clear, that's the ministry's effort because this site is also managed by contractor. I think it's a consortium of a couple of them. And so that has to be done as per contract going forward. But the state, I believe, had a duty to fix this and fix it quickly. And so we stepped up from the ministry, but the contractors along in this particular landfill site, as well as other landfill sites, because we're building out landfill sites in regions 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Contractors are going to have to do what they're told to do by contract and what they agree to do. So this is just the small space we have left to cover, and we hope within the next 2 days to be able to completely cover this.
The transformation at Hags Bosch signaled a renewed focus on responsible waste management. Authorities say the goal is to redefine how landfills coexist with growing residential communities, cleanly, safely, and with the respect for the people who live nearby. Adana Doric, Ghana TV9 News.
Prime Minister Brigadier Retired Mark Phillips has commissioned 2 new helicopters, the Bell 407 and Bell 429, into service with the Ghana Defence Force at the GDF hangar at Ogle, making a major boost in the country's aviation and defence capabilities. The move forms part of the government's wider push to strengthen national security, protect Ghana's sovereignty, and enhance disaster response capacity as the Ghana Defence Force continues its modernization drive.
Delivering remarks on behalf of President Dr. Mohamed Irfan Ali, Prime Minister Phillips said the acquisition reflects a deliberate and strategic investment in the Defense Force, stressing that sovereignty carries responsibility. He noted that safeguarding territorial integrity cannot be symbolic, but must be backed by sustained and meaningful investment in modern defense assets.
I'm honored to be here to deliver the feature address on behalf of our President, Dr. Mohamed Irfan Ali, whose visionary and strategic leadership has led us to today's commissioning of the Bell 407 and Bell 429 helicopters. Ladies and gentlemen, Guyana is a sovereign state. With sovereignty comes responsibility. The most solemn of these responsibilities is the obligation to safeguard our national sovereignty and to preserve, protect, and defend our territorial integrity. This duty is an ongoing obligation. It is not simply a pledge or an aspiration, but must be backed by our willingness to invest in assets for our defense force.
The Prime Minister explained that the helicopters will significantly expand the GDF's operational reach, speed, and flexibility, enabling stronger, broader patrols, aerial surveillance, search and rescue operations, medical evacuations, and disaster response missions, particularly in hard-to-reach hinterland and riverine communities.
These helicopters enhance our reach, expand our responsiveness, and significantly improve our operational flexibility. They will support border patrols, surveillance missions, search and rescue operations, medical evacuations, disaster response, and logistical support to hinterland and riverine communities.
He also pointed to the scale of government investment, revealing that GDF budgetary allocations have increased from $13.9 billion in 2019 to $50.4 billion in 2025, with capital spending surging to support aircraft, vessels, vehicles, and advanced technology. Capital investment is where modernization lives, Phillips said, adding that the government is also integrating drone technology, advanced surveillance system, and modern training.
In a country of Guyana's size and geographic diversity, technology bridges distance. It helps to overcome the difficulties of terrain. It ensures that national defense is proactive, rather than reactive. In keeping with this modern approach to defense and security, we are also keen to invest in drone technology to enhance the surveillance of our borders and our exclusive economic zone. Drones provide persistent, cost-effective, and precise monitoring capabilities. They allow us to see farther, respond faster, and act smarter. In a country of Guyana's size and geographic diversity, such technology is not a luxury. It is a necessity.
Reaffirming Guyana's foreign policy stance, Prime Minister Phillips stressed that while Guyana remains committed to peace and international law, it retains the capacity and resolve to defend its territory if required, describing the new helicopters as tools that will both save lives and strengthen national security. Faith Sandy, Guyana TV9 News.
More of the Guyana TV9 News Bulletin after the break. Stay with us.
GCOM will be conducting a claims and objections exercise commencing January 5, 2026 to produce an official list of electors, OLE. If you will be 18 years or older by December 31, 2025, and you're a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent, or naturalization, or a citizen from a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for 1 year or more, you are eligible for inclusion in the OLE. GCOM will be posting the preliminary list of electors, PLE, in all of the registration divisions across Guyana for you to check whether the particulars are accurate. You can object to anyone who you believe does not qualify for inclusion in the OLE. To do so, you must be listed in the same divisional list as a person you are objecting to. You must visit the GCOM registration office responsible for your area of residence to make an objection. It is an offense to make false objections. The objections aspect of this exercise will end on Thursday, January 22, 2026. For more information, contact GCOM on 225-0278-9 or visit www.gcom.org.gy.
Channel 9 is now Guide TV9, proudly under new management. We're building stronger with a balanced and open platform for all advertisers. Whether you're promoting a business, service, or event, your message belongs right here. So choose your spot, news, prime time, or anytime, and reach viewers across Guyana. With affordable rates and professional service, Guide TV9 is your partner in progress. So visit us at Lot 21A, Lamaha Street, Georgetown, in the Century 21 building, or call 600-5006 or 761-5006. Guyana TV9. New leadership, fresh outlook, real results.
Celebrate Christmas the Guyanese way with 7 days of magic and adventure. Feel the streets come alive with lights, decor, and carols. Share in the delicious joy of favorites like pepper pot, black cake, and even ginger beer. Then explore Guyana's attractions, the majestic kite show, scenic tour on the Demerara Essequibo, and Mahaika rivers. 7 days, one unforgettable Christmas. Join us. Let's discover Guyana this Christmas.
Want to place your death announcements and in memoriam messages on Channel 9? Call 592-761-5006, 710-5008, 600-5006. Or visit our office at Lot 85A Lamaha Street, Albertown, Georgetown, Century 21 building.
GCOM will be conducting a claims and objections exercise commencing January 5, 2026 to produce an official list of electors, OLE. GCOM will be posting the preliminary list of electors, PLE, in all of the registration divisions across Guyana for you to check if you are listed and if so, whether your particulars are accurate. If you will be 18 years or older by December 31, 2025 and you are a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent or naturalization, or a citizen from a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for 1 year or more, you are eligible for inclusion in the OLE. If you are eligible for inclusion in the OLE, you are required to apply for registration if your name is not on the PLE, apply for a transfer if you have changed your address since you were registered, apply for a name change if you have changed your name, or apply for a correction if your registration particulars are incorrect. Any person applying for a change or correction to his or her particulars must provide the required original source documents: birth certificate and deed poll for a name change by deed poll, birth certificate and marriage certificate for a name change by marriage, divorce absolute in the case of a woman who is desirous of reverting to her maiden name from her married name, birth certificate, adoption certificate, or naturalization certificate for correction of minor clerical errors. Visit the GCOM registration office responsible for your area of residence to conduct any of the above transactions. The claims aspect of this exercise will end on Sunday, January 18, 2026. For more information, contact GCOM on 225-027-8-9 or visit www.gcom.org.gy.
Welcome back. You're watching the Guyana TV9 News Bulletin. Police are investigating the death of a Chinese national who was found unresponsive early Monday morning shortly after returning home. The man, who was reportedly part of a team preparing to open a new restaurant in the area, was discovered under circumstances that have raised concerns among authorities. A minibus believed to have been used by the deceased was found at the scene with its front doors open, prompting questions about what occurred prior to the man's death. Police cordoned off the area, canvassed the community, and collected evidence as part of the ongoing investigation. The identity of the man and the cause of death have not yet been released. The officials say more information will be provided as the probe continues. Attempts to obtain a comment from Regional Commander of Police Division 6 was unsuccessful. Minister of Labour and Manpower, the Honourable Keoma Griffith, has shared his personal reflection on Christmas in Ghana as part of the Christmas My Way series, highlighting the importance of family, faith, and tradition during the festive season. Speaking during the holiday feature, the minister reflected on how Guyanese celebrate Christmas, emphasizing togetherness, gratitude, and long-standing customs that unite households across the country.
The minister fondly recalled traditional Christmas preparations, including cleaning the home, changing curtains and sheets, and waking up the pepper pot and bread on Christmas morning. He also revealed that this year marks a personal milestone as he purchased and plans to decorate his first ever Christmas tree, choosing to keep his celebrations simple and traditional.
The opportunity to wake up on Christmas morning, have pepper pot. I feel like every single home has pepper pot on Christmas morning. And so I remember Christmas being about, just enjoying everything that comes with the season with family. After you finish painting and putting up the new curtains and your new sheets and so on, there's an added feeling and gratitude when you're able to say to your family, Merry Christmas, and then enjoy a big plate or bowl of pepper pot and bread. That's what I remember about Christmas, or that's how I've experienced and celebrated Christmas in the past. This Christmas is the first time I purchased a Christmas tree.
Honorable Griffith noted that this Christmas holds special significance as it is his first opportunity to extend season greetings to Guyanese in his official capacity as Minister of Labour. He encouraged citizens to use the season to spread peace, love, and joy, while expressing hope for a more prosperous year ahead in 2026.
Of course, this is my first Christmas where I'm able to wish all of my Guyanese a very, very Merry Christmas to all of you as your Minister of Labour. And I sincerely pray that during this time we all find the ability to spread peace, love, and joy with all men, or families, or friends. And I sincerely hope that 2026 is even more prosperous. So Merry Christmas to all of you.
The minister's reflection offered a warm and personal glimpse into how national leaders celebrate the season, reinforcing shared Guyanese values of unity, gratitude, and faith during Christmas. Faith Sandy, Guyana TV9 News.
Turning to regional news, GPS jammer near Trinidad's Piarco Airport has disrupted nearly 20% of regional flights since September 2025, forcing Caribbean Airlines and Copa Airlines pilots to use radar guidance. Experts link the interference to military tensions and naval operations between US and Venezuela. The FAA has issued safety warnings for airspace near Venezuela and Puerto Rico as aviation concerns mount. And internationally, Nigerian authorities have freed the final 130 pupils and staff abducted from St. Mary's Catholic School in Niger State. The group was part of 250 people kidnapped on November 21, 2025. While details of the release remain undisclosed, officials confirmed no captives remain, ending one of Nigeria's largest recent mass school abduction. And that has brought us to the end of tonight's newscast. Remember to check out our Facebook and YouTube platforms at GUI TV9 for more trending stories. Colin Abrams. Goodbye.